Hello, hi friends. In this video, I am going to discuss about how the Java program will going to be executed compile time and runtime. At compile time, the Java file is compiled by the Java compiler, but it does not interact with the operating system, and then it converts the Java code into the bytecode. For example, here the Java code is there. The name is simple.java. Then it is going to be compiled with the help of the compiler, and it generates the Java bytecode. And the extension of this file is simple.class file. With the help of that Java bytecode, we can perform the further operations with the help of Java virtual machine. Whatever the output of Java compiler generated by the uh, bytecode, not a it is not a executable code, and that bytecode is a highly optimized set of instructions. Translating that Java program into a bytecode much makes it easier to run a program, and also the execution of that bytecode by the JVM is the easiest way to create the portable programs, because the Java bytecode is a platform independent code which we can run in anywhere in the any platform. So that's why the Java programming is a platform independent with the help of the Java bytecode only. This is the architecture of Java programming. In this the block diagram, we can see that the compile time environment and the runtime environment. In compile time environment, there will be only the generation of bytecode will takes place with the help of that compiler, whereas in runtime all the main process will takes place with the help of Java virtual machine. For example, first the Java source file is written by the programmer with the help of some text editors, like anything whatever it may be. As of now, I am using Eclipse and VS Studio, Visual Studio. Whatever the file source code which we can return in that Java, then it will be compiled with the help of Java compiler in step 2. That Java compiler will convert that the source code into the Java bytecode, that is the dot class file, and that dot class file is moved at that Java bytecode moves locally or through network into the Java runtime environment. In the runtime, in the Java virtual machine, class loader is the subsystem of the Java virtual machine that is used to load the class files and also the Java class libraries whatever we are using in the source file. All are will be loading with the help of the class loader. Then the verification of that bytecode is taken place with the help of that bytecode verifier. This bytecode verifier will checks all the code fragments for illegal code that can violate access rights to objects. Here it gives somewhat security in order to check whether the bytecode is correct or not. Then if the bytecode is verified and successful, then it goes to the Java virtual machine. Here the Java interpreter and just-in-time compiler is there in order to process whatever the bytecode which is sent by the class loader from the source file. Okay, I can show the just-in-time compiler theory. Yeah, Java was designed as an interpreted language. With the help of this compiler, the JVM improves the performance of Java applications by compiling platform neutral Java bytecode into the native machine code at runtime. Means JIT compiler will convert that Java bytecode to native machine code in order at runtime, because whatever the bytecode generated with the help of compiler is converted into the native machine code with the help of this JIT compiler. A JIT compiler compiles code as it is needed during execution. Whenever it needed, it executes and with the help of this compiler. Whereas the Java interpreter will read the bytecode streams, then execute the instructions, whatever the instructions which we have to perform in these operations. In this way, it provides the runtime system to the Java runtime environment. It is an important structure in order to perform the operations, and then it will interact with the operating system and the hardware. So this is the basic how the Java program will going to execute. It is a block diagram of Java architecture. In the next steps, we can know each and everything what happened during each and every step. As we have seen that each and every steps in the block diagram, in the same manner I wrote a description of each and every step. In step 1, create a Java source code with the .java extension. This is the source file, and then we can compile the source code with the help of Java compiler. Then it convert into the Java bytecode, and the extension of that file is dot class extension. Then the class loader reads both the user defined and the library classes into the memory for execution. Then the bytecode verifier will validate all the bytecodes are valid or not. Here it provides the security restrictions in order to validate that whatever the bytecode is generated is correct or not. Then JVM reads the bytecodes and translate into the mission code for execution. While execution, the program will interact with the operating system and hardware. There will be mainly 5 phases of Java program during execution. The first one is edit. User use an editor to type Java program. Here I am typing as welcome.java file. Then it undergoes the compile phase. With the help of compiler, it translates the Java program into the intermediate bytecode, which will understood by Java interpreter. Java C welcome.java. In order to compile, we use this command. Use a compiler to create .class file containing bytecodes. Welcome.class. Here the welcome.java file is created by the programmer, whereas here the welcome.class file is created internally by the JVM. Internally, the compiler will create this .class file. .class file is also known as bytecode loading, class loading. Use a class loader to read the bytecodes from .class file into the memory. Whatever the .class file data is in here, it will be loaded with the help of class loader into the memory. Then whatever the code that is loaded into the memory, it has to verify whether the bytecode is valid or not. In order to does not violate the security restrictions, whatever the code that is loaded with the help of class loader, it has to verify with the help of bytecode verifier. Then if it is valid, then it executes the Java virtual machine by the combination of interpretation and just-in-time compiler, as I have shown before how that J80 JIT compiler and interpretation works. Applications are runs on user machine and executed by the interpreter with the help of Java command. In order to run Java file, we use this command Java, the name of the class file, and the name of the class welcome. Okay friends, now I can conclude this video. In next video I will do the what is JVM, what is JRE, and what is JDK. All those things we'll discuss in next video. Okay, thank you.